Welcome to She Rises Through It, a podcast for the woman becoming, especially in the messy middle. I'm Sydney Jocelyn, mama, writer, creative, and a woman on the journey of finding herself after far too long following the rules, the roles, and the version of life we're told we're supposed to live. I'm not here to teach from the mountaintop. I'm here in the thick of it, sharing what's helping me rise through the hard parts, the shifts, the setbacks, the quiet breakthroughs. This space is real, raw. We'll talk about the good, the grief, the ugly truths, and the moments of hope that keep pulling us forward. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Please know, what I share comes from my lived experience. It's not medical or mental health advice. If you or someone you love is struggling, please reach out to a licensed professional who can truly support you. This is about becoming through it all. You're not behind, you're becoming.
Welcome to the first episode of She Rises Through It. I'm Sydney Jocelyn, and this is where my beginning begins. Right now, I'm recording in my casita from Costa Rica at the Boat Tree Resort. And to be honest, this place has just cracked me wide open in a way that I did not expect. This trip wasn't just a vacation. It was a chance to escape and relax. It was a moment I knew deep in my soul I needed to say yes to, even though saying yes truly scared me. When I got that invite, it's a funny story. As you can tell, I'm going to meet you where I'm at, wherever it may be. No makeup, in my casita, on a floor with vaulted ceilings. We'll see how the sound turns out. But I want to be real, authentic, and showing up as myself because life's not perfect, right? We're never going to have the perfect scenario. And if I stop showing up in the real, authentic, raw Sydney self, how am I actually portraying myself to you? And that's my true intention. Having you part of the journey of me becoming. Because I've gone through so much and I'm still going through so much, and my life has just started transforming and changing. So how did I get to Costa Rica? I somehow went down the rabbit hole. I was liking a page that liked Revamp Retreats, who I'm on a retreat with right now, that I somehow liked Ashby. Ashby is my yoga instructor and leader of this retreat. She is phenomenal, and I cannot wait to share her beauty with you guys. I posted on her giveaway competition and didn't win. However, when we connected and started speaking, she knew she needed to reach out to me. She reached out to me and was just like, your comment stood to me. It was something like, I really want you to be there. We need to figure this out. I'm introducing you to Corey. Corey is the owners of Revamp Retreats. I got introduced to Corey. Ashby sent an email to me and Corey, and I was just, I'll just wait. I got that email, and I saw it at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I was about it was like 3:45 actually. I was about to work out, and I saw it, and I was like, I will just respond later. Corey had responded as well, because initially I was just going to wait and see what happens. During my workout, something says, you need to email Corey back now, and you need to text her. So I did both. I stopped my workout, which was hilarious. Long story short, later after the workout, my husband was like, that was a long workout. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a long workout. It was me. I stopped. I think it was a leg day though too. Anywho, back to the story. We just started connecting and working through everything, kind of trying to see, like, how could we make this work for me to be here? I was looking at airfare throughout the entire day. I had told Jordan about it in the morning right before work. I let him know, hey, I'm looking at this potential trip. I just want you to be aware. I'm seeing what it's going to entail, what it's going to cost, and we'll go from there. He was on board with it. Everything was great. I was looking at airfare, and I was like, I don't know how we're going to make this work. Airfare from Minnesota to Costa Rica was insane. Truly insane. That evening, I got home after grabbing my kids. I was in the kitchen talking to Jordan. I vividly remember standing there bawling. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, Jordan, I need to be. I knew in my heart I needed to be on this retreat. I had just texted Corey and was like, I don't know how we're going to make this work. 2 seconds later, I text her, just kidding. I booked the airfare. And I felt this sense of excitement, scared, energy just come through me because there's so many scams out there this day and age. So many, especially when it comes to social media. Something was very calming to me booking this trip. Extremely calming. And I booked it a week and a half before we left. Somehow I ended up here, booked the trip. I was freaking out and worrying up until the day of because we were waiting on the agenda, our shuttle schedule. Jen has been amazing. She has been the back end operations of everything. She got all of the information, but I'm such a type A person where I'm like, where's my information? I pre-plan a trip a year in advance, and I booked this trip a week and a half before I left. Was scrambling to figure out what clothes I was going to wear, but I truly deep down knew I needed to. I've been craving a break. I was trying to get a girls trip and everything. I found something bigger than just a girls trip with friends. I found a trip and a retreat that spoke true to my soul. I'm in awe over this place because this retreat, it wasn't just about slowing down. It was about waking up. Often women go, go, go. We wake up, follow the routine, work out, shower, go to work, come back. And then it's, I got to hang with my friends. I got to have the social life. I got to do this. I got to do that. But we never truly shut off and slow down. As a mom, my life completely changed about 3 years ago. When I found out I was pregnant, I completely lost myself. Over the last 6 to 8 months, I have been working on me, trying to be a better mom, a better person for myself, a better person for my husband, better wife for my husband. Some days I'm just not going to speak normal. And that's the beauty of the Sydney Jocelyn Collective. I want to show up authentically raw, screwing up a podcast because nothing's perfect and I don't need to make it perfect to make my story resonate. This retreat, it wasn't just about slowing down. It was about waking up. For a long time, I have felt dead inside. People pleasing, making everyone happy, shutting down, not speaking my truth because I didn't want to go against the norm. I didn't want to get in trouble, be written up. That's been ingrained in me since I was a child that you needed to be seen and not heard. So this trip, it's been about becoming comfortable with being so uncomfortable from the moment I commented on that post, from the moment I booked my airline tickets, getting on that plane by myself, landing, trying to figure out, okay, where's our taxi, meeting 4 complete strangers and getting in a vehicle with them to drive 2.5 hours away from the airport to be at a resort. Who does that? This trip has opened my heart to the unknown. About crying when I needed to cry. I have experienced things I have never experienced in my life. Like, if you've ever been hypnotized, let's put it this way. I've been hypnotized. And it's this whole process that you go through that you know what's going on in your head, but you don't know how it's happening because your body is acting differently. It's wild. It's wild. There's going to be another podcast about that because that was a true release I needed. This trip wasn't just a trip or crying when I needed to cry. It was reflecting on who I want to be and who I want to become and what change I want to make in this world. I have far too often felt negative about myself, hated myself. I was journaling today and I know the exact day I started hating myself. And the sad part is it stems back to elementary school. There are 2 images and I don't know how to connect them. And that's what this trip has done. This trip has cracked me wide open. From being in the heat, walking all day upstairs, like in the jungle, monkeys, squirrels, mosquitoes, beetles, iguanas, everything's here. I have never experienced such a beautiful resort, and I love to travel. From the nourishing food, yoga sessions, breathwork sessions, and workshops we've done, it has started opening up areas I need to let go of. Those areas I thought I needed control. And I thought I needed to be part of this whole norm. But truly, was it helping me or hurting? It's been a mental game being here. Not with my children, not with my husband. It's pushed me. Coming back to the being comfortable with being uncomfortable, like this trip has pushed me. Yoga, I'm not a true fan of yoga, but I have learned to love yoga. Especially the movements and fluidity, how your body can get into different positions and how you can focus on stretching and strengthening areas. This entire vacation in everyone's mind, it has stretched me and made me reflect on who I want to be when I get back home as a mom, wife, and a woman. It wasn't just a beautiful trip. It's the beginning of a beautiful life I want to fully live. It has given me visions of where my life's going to go and steps I'm already taking to get where I want to be. That joy you get to bring back into life, that high that you have, right? That's me. That is the feeling I feel deep down. I know I'm on the right path, that the universe and God has truly given me a fresh start to love myself again, to show up as myself again, to communicate and speak, especially standing up for myself and not being a people pleaser, going against the status quo, to feeling beautiful, confident, and sexy in my own body, to being the mom I want to be, showing up and being present, having peace, patience, and loving life with my children, having that love with my husband that I have, knowing that I have a husband who loves and supports me and is willing to go on any wild roller coaster with me because I have a dream and a vision. It has opened up all of it for me. Now, am I saying it's going to be easy when I get back? No. It's going to be hard, especially coming back from a trip that gave you such a high. It's going to be extremely hard. It's going to be a lot of work, a mental game. But with the right mentors, purpose and passion, and following the tips, tricks, tools, and resources, I know my future is just beginning. I'm excited to go against the status quo, against the hustle culture. Saying that too, like I have said it all week, and there are other things I've been saying that I just not ready to say on here yet, but I will show up for it because my journey is a journey I want to show up raw and authentic for you. But I'm showing up with more strength, more soul, more softness. And this is something like I want to invite you into too. Far too often, women are terrible to each other, whether it's our looks, who we're with, our career, our pay. We're cruel. And society made us that way. I don't want to be part of that cruelty. I have far too often seen the hatred and seen the individual stuck and not wanting to grow and learn, but continuously pinpointing things that tear you down. There's no rhyme or reason, especially if you've done nothing to them. But it hurts. It hurts your soul, your inner peace, everything about you. How do you overcome that? So that's part of the Sydney Jocelyn Collective. And what I'm sharing is going to be a learning as I go experience. I'm not going to share it from the other side where I have everything figured out. No. I'm going to show you the messy right from the beginning and the sacred middle. And I hope you're with it, because why do I want to show up fake after? It's like, if you followed X, Y, and Z, you will get to your future. But what about that roller coaster in between, that messy middle, that beautiful becoming? So if you've ever felt stuck, or if you've ever been wanting that permission to come alive again, let this be it. I want you to know that you're not behind, you're becoming, and I want you to show up with me as I show up for you. Raw, authentic, in a casita, no makeup, hair air dried from the rain. So I'm here for you, I'm with you, and I can't wait to rise through this, through your life, through my life, together.
Thank you so much for being here, truly. If something in today's episode stirred something in you, I'd love for you to follow, share it with a friend, or leave a few words in a review. It helps more women find this space. We are just getting started, and next week's episode is already unfolding. I cannot wait to bring you along for it. Our full website and more resources are coming soon, but until then, you can always connect with me on Instagram at Sydney Jocelyn. Until next time, you're not behind, you're becoming.